tune the fuck in. I got your boyfriend for head on my tummy. Turn your bitch into a thigh like she ducky. If I ever let him eat it, he lucky. Don't want your nigga, but he wanna fuck me. I'ma wake up and go give me some money. He gon' wake up and give me sucky sucky.
God, I'm just been so happy. Like every time I see my son's face, like my face like light up with joy. Like that is my world. Like that, I cry every time I see that little boy. Like he is like, don't make me cry. But he is like a blessing. Like he's the sweetest, cutest baby. Like oh my God. And then like when I be feeding him and it's time to, give him back for me to go upstairs, he busts out in tears that make me bust out in tears. I can't wait. Like, I know you're preemie, he gotta be in here for a minute, but I can't wait to take him home and just, like, spoil him, be able to have him all day, every day. Like, that is my baby. Like, I love that little boy. Like, love him something special. Like, we're...
What's up, y'all, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the birth of my son and what is sickle cell and my complications and like all the stuff I was going through when I was carrying him. Like it was stressful. So I'm gonna explain it because I got a lot of questions in my DM when I was pregnant from people with sickle cell. They was asking me tons of questions. So we about to get into them questions and see how the baby Koi. Look at the damn camera, Koi. Alright, so first, what is sickle cell? Alright, sickle cell blood disorder. Basically, your blood flow and your oxygen, like sometimes when you go to a crisis, it can't always pass through. Like my cell look like a moon, your cell look like a circle. So when the moon shapes get like stuck together like this, don't mind my broke nails either, okay? It quarantine. But when the moon shape get stuck together like this, you go in a lot of pain and the oxygen not passing through either. So when you pregnant, that make the pain 20 times worse. Like when I say 20 times worse, every day from the time I found out I was pregnant, and that's kind of how I found out I was pregnant too, but I'm getting to that later. My pain was like every day I was waking up, it was like so excruciating. And then basically I spent my whole pregnancy in the hospital. Every day I was in the hospital. Feelings was kind of hurt because it was like my life kind of changed. Like you having a baby, so I smoke weed a lot, so it was like you had to sacrifice that. Then your body, you used to weed sometimes, and weed helped a lot with my sickle cell too. Like that's another thing. People always like, oh, how do smoking help with your sickle cell? A lot. And when I was pregnant, I couldn't smoke. So when I smoked, that make the medicine kick in a little bit faster for me. Like if I'm in a lot of pain, it'll work a little bit faster. But you can't smoke when you're pregnant, so it's like you enduring that. Then what's scary about that is you're in the hospital, you get dilaudid, and I think I was getting dilaudid 4 milligrams and Benadryl for the itching, and I still was on my regular home medication, my morphine, and blood thinners. And also, I got blood clot next to my chest. So when I was carrying him, I had to give myself these twice a day. Wait, I don't know if y'all can see this. Wait, try to focus it. That's a big ass needle. Don't look at my burnt nail, okay? Yeah, but these hurted. I didn't know how to get these to myself. I asked my baby father to give them to me. He gave them to me every day. He was a good doctor because I ain't sticking myself with this. I'm scared. Like I would probably let my girlfriend or somebody stick me before I do it. I was scared to let him stick me, but it's like you clotting and you're pregnant, so it's like you want to die or you want to live. So I had to get the needle, I had to suck it up. But every day it needs really sting. And even for girls that don't have sickle cell, I see that they make them take the blood thinner. So I'm starting to think this is common with pregnancy, just so you don't clot in pregnancy. But another thing is, I got them written down. I got all the questions. I don't want to miss nothing. Why did Zakoi come early? Zakoi came early because I got an ultrasound, and on the ultrasound he wasn't moving. So I forgot what it's called. I think it's called a is it a BPN or so, whatever it's called that they do, like when a baby don't respond on an ultrasound machine. I think it is like a BPN. I think it's called BPN, something like that. When a baby don't respond, they put the baby up on a monitor. On the monitor, Koi wasn't moving again, and it looked like he wasn't breathing. My blood count was low. I was fighting a kidney infection. Not only that, sickle cell crisis on top of that. Then I had pneumonia at the same time. So it was like bad. So they was like, we gotta get this baby out of you like now. And I'm like, now? And they like, yeah, right now. So I didn't push out Zakoi. I got cut open, but I was asleep when I had the C-section. They put me to sleep. So I'm like, I never heard of a C-section and you sleep. I had to be asleep because I was on the blood thinners. If I would have been awake, I couldn't get an epidural. I couldn't get none of that. So they had to put me to sleep. The baby, my family was there. They said that the baby was out of me in less than 10 minutes, I believe. But the sad part is, my baby was in the NICU because he came early. I didn't get to see my baby the first day he was born. Me and my baby father seeing my baby for the first time together, which was the next day. I couldn't see him because I had surgery. I was asleep. I couldn't go down there. I was kind of hurt about that. I seen pictures of him when I woke up. When I woke up, of course, I'm in sickle cell pain. I'm recovering from the C-section, and nobody told me when you have a C-section and you, like, the first time you pee, it hurt like that. Like, it hurt really, really bad. I would never, that's an experience I would never forget. The first time I peed after I gave birth. It felt like, I don't know what that is, your uterus, whatever. It felt like something dropping in your vagina. Like when you pee, it's like real, I don't know how to explain it. It's heavy, but it hurt. Like, I couldn't even get up off the toilet. Like, I didn't even want to pee. Like, when I was peeing, I was crying. And they were saying, when I asked the doctor why did it feel like that, she was like, because the muscles from your uterus, you know, we just cut you open, it gotta heal. But that first time you pee after that C-section, that ain't no joke. That's something I don't ever want to experience. Now everybody be like, oh, you want a sibling for Zakoi? I don't think you could pay me $1 million to go through that pain again. That was some pain. And then being a NICU mom, that's another question everybody was asking. It was hard dealing with that. My baby didn't come right home. It was like, I think 2 months. Was it 2 months before Koi? Koi came home January 2nd. He was born November 17th. So imagine, you know, gotta go through Thanksgiving, Christmas, you just had your baby. You want to show your baby up. Everybody asking about your baby. That hurt it. Like, and then Christmas, I thought they kept telling me he was coming home. The reason that he didn't come home from the NICU, it took him so long to come home because he kept having a Brady. And I'm gonna explain it. People kept asking, what is that? When you hooked up to a heart monitor or whatever, and they think like your heart rate dropping, it just warn them. Sometimes it don't be serious, sometimes it is serious. But they cannot let an infant leave the NICU until, but they gotta go five days without having a Brady. Was it 5? Yeah, 5 days. They had to go 5 days without having a Brady. I thought he was never gonna go 5 days because every time I was there, the heart monitor, it seemed like every time my baby father picked him up, it went off. But I didn't want to blame him. So Koi got over it. They said he was gonna grow out of it, and he did. And he had a really, and I love the team. His team was at Pennsylvania, and that's my sickle cell team. I'm not giving birth in no other hospital but Pennsylvania, because when we have a sickle cell, that's my hematologist. They have my pain contract. They know what I'm experiencing. They know what I'm feeling. They was very like helpful, supportive. I went into a state of depression in the hospital because my whole pregnancy I was in the hospital. So imagine how that feel. Like, you every day, your pregnancy is supposed to be a time to remember. You're supposed to be happy. Your baby growing. Yeah, I was happy, but I was hurting. And it seemed like the further along I got in my pregnancy, the more my pain picked up. So it's like, I thank God that I got a miracle baby. He's so sweet. He always smiling. He's so handsome. He looks nothing like me. He looked just like his daddy, but whatever. He gonna look like me soon. Don't y'all worry. And people say he look like me now. I don't think so. I mean, I guess quite a little, but whatever. You about to cry? We got a lot more questions. Okay, you got it. Another question is how I found out I was pregnant. Now let's get into that. I love seafood, and I hate sitting in the hairdresser. Me being pregnant, I got some real thorough girlfriends. Shout out to my girlfriend, Karis. She was there, like, she was really, really there for me. She the reason I found out I was pregnant. She came over with a pregnancy test, but I swear, you know how, like, cause I had so many episodes, and that's the thing with sickle cell and being on Depo and all of that. Like, when I used to be on Depo, my period would go missing for 6 months, and it come back on for 4 months straight, bleeding, heavy, like, heavy. So, when my period go missing, I don't really think nothing of it. And it been plenty of times I thought I was pregnant and I wasn't. It was you know, it going missing for a long time. So I'm thinking that situation. This is how I knew. We went and got some seafood. I love crabs and shrimp, okay? You cannot tell me. Shout out to Katie Krabs, because she's the reason I found out I was pregnant. I went to her every day in the summer. She gave me a platter. I was here with my girlfriend Tynasia and Karis. I threw up the platter. I gave the whole platter. Don't kick mommy phone. I gave away the whole platter. Who gives away a whole seafood platter? That's how we knew something was wrong. So basically, when I gave her the seafood platter, my girlfriend was like, oh no, you're peeing on this stick. So it's sitting on the island right here. My baby father walked past like, well, who the pregnancy test for? I'm like, not me. I ain't pregnant. I swear, yo, I swore up and down. Even after I seen the plus sign, I swore up and down I was not pregnant. You cannot tell me. I was, when I stopped being in denial was when I went to the hospital that night, because I was so much in shock. Like, this is how it happened. I peed on the stick. And my girlfriend looked at it, and she looked at me, and I thought it said negative because the line was so faint in the back. Like, I didn't see the little cross. Like, it just was like a straight line or whatever. I was like, that's not a plus, you know, so I ain't pregnant. 5 minutes later, this little plus start, you know. I was about to throw it away, start seeping in. I'm like, no. Nope, that's getting kind of dark. Like, no. Then it kept getting darker. So I took a picture of it, and I texted my mom. I was like, what does mean? And she was like, that means you pregnant. I told you you was pregnant. My mom and my brother, they was telling me I was pregnant probably 3 weeks before I found out. And I'm like, girl, I ain't pregnant. They're like, I'm telling you, your face fat, your stomach getting hard, you pregnant. You real like moody, and you just eating all this different stuff, like, and you keep throwing up. And I'm like, and that's the thing. The nauseousness, I didn't think nothing about pregnancy. To this day, I won't think nothing about pregnancy if I'm nauseous. That's a fun fact about me. Every morning when I wake up, I throw up. I don't know why. Me and my doctor still trying to figure that out. So somebody saying, oh, you nauseous, that's a symptom of pregnancy. To me, that's not a symptom of pregnancy, because I experience that every day. I have to take nauseous pills so I don't throw up. Like, it's that real. So I don't know. It's just, I went through a lot, and that's not something I want to experience again, basically. But the next question is the process of being a NICU mom, and how did you feel about it? I kind of went into detail about that, but I'm really going into detail about that. The first time I seen my baby in the NICU, I wasn't heartbroken. Everybody kept saying, why you, that don't hurt your feelings, like, that don't hurt your feelings, see a baby, them tubes up him, and, you know, the feeding tube. When I was pregnant, I was told what to expect. Like, what's the matter? I was told what to expect from my doctors. So that wasn't nothing new to me. People that come up there to see me, they like, oh, you know, I feel bad, but, oh, you got mommy here with. They like, oh, you know, I feel bad that you had to go through that. But no, there wasn't that. I felt bad because my son had to get needles, and he was away from me, and he don't know the people. That was the hardest part for me. He got all this family that's waiting to give him all this love when he come home, and he's stuck around a bunch of strangers in the NICU getting medicine, and you know how they go, getting medicine, and I'm not there all the time. And I was up there, coming up there morning and night, but it's like, me and his dad would pop up there in the middle of the night. It'd be like 2 in the morning we'd pop up, you know, to make sure he's straight, because you never know what somebody doing to your child. And don't get me wrong, Pennsylvania care, love them to death. They very, very, very good. But you still, that's your child, so you worried. And they got this app. That's what I respected about them. That's what kind of relaxed me. It's called I believe it's called the Keratin app. I'm about to say the exact app it's called. It's called Care Mom. I don't know if you can see that at the bottom, the pink one. I don't know if every hospital got them, but hospitals need to get them off the fact that you can see everything your baby doing when you're not there. The doctors take pictures of them. You can write the doctors. You can text the doctors. You can ask, is my baby okay? Then not only that, you log in your breast milk. I was breastfeeding, so I was back and forth at the times. And I had to stop breastfeeding because my nipples was bleeding so bad. I didn't even know my nipples was bleeding. And one day I was sitting there pumping. And my baby father was like, yo, you getting blood in the bottle? And I'm like, blood in the bottle? I'm that sore from pumping, and I didn't even know. So it's just like, I couldn't do it. So they told me to stop. And it was like, they not really sympathetic with you in the hospital when it comes to breastfeeding. They expect you to make them times, but that's a lot. Especially like, it was easy when I was still admitted after I had the baby. Or you getting cranky, you getting sleepy. It was easy after I had him, but I was admitted. So it was easy to make them times. Imagine, being home. And then they had him on different schedules and kept changing his schedule. That's another thing that's making me mad about the breastfeeding. First, he eat 3 times a day. They gave it to me. Then they put him on a schedule. He eat whenever he want. So whenever he was hungry, they called me. And then I was pumping a lot of milk, but sometimes I would get a lot of milk. Sometimes I wouldn't. Then from me being sore, I stopped pumping. So when I tried to pump again, wasn't no milk really coming out because I stopped. So I ain't about to, keep squeezing my nipples and putting myself through that pain for nothing. Like Stevie, man, he wanted formula anyway. He needed to put weight on, so I said put him on formula. And so I'm fine. Oh, you want to stand up? Oh, you want to stand up? Hold up. Wait a minute. Alright. I think I got into all the questions. I'm gonna do like 2 more. I think I answered everything. How long was the baby in the NICU? I think I answered that. November 17th to January 2nd. So, November, December, January 2nd. And I only have a question. What would I would have did different during my pregnancy? If I was to get pregnant again, what would I do different? I would work out this pregnancy. That's my biggest regret. After I had Coy, you talk about depression. you talk about somebody that don't want to show their stomach. I'd never been around my girlfriends. Like, a lot of my girlfriends got kids. I never been around them after they had their baby. Well, I've been around them after they had their baby, but I don't feel like their stomach look like mine. I got on the elevator in my apartment building and in the hospital, and somebody asked me how many months I was after I had the baby. Zook felt offended. So you know what I did? I hired me a personal trainer. Yep, shout out to Turtle. Thank you. Thank you for snapping the Zook back. Well, we halfway back because it's Corona drugs. I had to stop my training. But I'm going to give y'all videos on my training too. That's I'm gonna put the workouts in there. But that's the only thing I think I would have. Oh, and eat healthier, because the amount of pain I was in. And then when I started talking to my personal trainer, he was telling me what you eat matter. And the way he broke it down to me makes so much sense. The way I was looking at it was eat healthy, but what he said was, think of it like this. A fish swim all day. So you want to eat a fish because a fish not sitting there being fat. Think about a pig. A pig sit there, eat, get fat all day. You eat pork, you're putting fat on yourself. The pig ain't exercising. I said, that's a clever way, to think about this. So when I get to eating the animals, Zip get to thinking, is this a lazy animal? Or he gonna work out? He ain't on a fish type time, so he can't eat them. So that's the only thing I would have did different. Other than that, I had an okay pregnancy. I'm not gonna say I was happy during the pregnancy, and I told y'all a million times why in this video. I was hospitalized. I was in a lot of pain. I was stressing. I was praying my baby survived. And not only that, my whole pregnancy, I was going through it with fake pages. I had so many haters, so many girls. And it's crazy because in this video, I started to say, oh, I should take clips of all the little fake pages. They wanted to say, oh yeah, your baby gonna die. that baby gonna be a fiend. You on all that medication for your sickle cell. Shut up, dummy. Because I got the healthiest baby. You're salty. I got the cutest baby. He came right home. Look how fast he progressing. You wouldn't even think that he a preemie. Nobody knows he a preemie. Like, that's not that same. The baby was no bigger than my hand when he was born. So it's like, I thank God he a miracle baby. I don't regret nothing about it. But them fake pages, they just kept saying, oh, you on morphine. You're not supposed to be taking that while you're pregnant. Second, third. No shit. You think if I could go without the morphine, I would put that in the baby system? You think that I wanted to put my son through that? And that's the good thing about it. That's my good pen team. They was already on top of that. So when my baby was in the NICU, he was never withdrawing. He never went through none of that. My doctors was on top of that the whole time. So that's why people kept saying, you know, don't pay the fake pages no mind. People on the, you know, outside looking in. But it's like, who says stuff like that? Who puts up a quote saying, oh yeah, this sick bitch, that's why she gonna die? That's hating shit. Like, I mean, at first, I ain't gonna lie, I was pregnant, I was emotional, I was mad. But now it's like, I laugh at it. Cause like, I was gonna put clips in here of all that just to shut them the hell up. I'm recording. I'm recording. Yeah, but that's baby daddy. He's interrupting the video. Say I filming for YouTube.
What you doing? What's up, man?
But other than that, you can hit the link in my bio, hit subscribe, make sure you like this video. Please give me some likes, please subscribe to my channel. That's it. I think I answered all questions. Yeah, thank you. Stop it. Yeah. Huh?
Just can't explain.
Structure.